Infatuation can happen to anyone at any age in life. Surprisingly, it's not just for teens, although often associated with school crushes or your favorite movie star or boy band. Infatuations can and may happen periodically throughout your entire life. I think for many of us, when we think of infatuation, we think of posters on the wall of our teen bedroom or doodling his or her name over and over again in our notebook. But the reality is, you could be infatuated with your college professor or the barista at the corner cafe, or maybe even infatuated with your boss or your neighbor. You could even be in a committed relationship and be infatuated with someone else. When you are infatuated with someone, you have strong feelings of love or passion for them that make you unable to think clearly or sensibly about them. The key words to the infatuation definition are clearly and sensibly because we are so blinded by their beauty or charm. If you are wondering if you are infatuated, here are the 6 signs to look for. Sign number 1, they are always on your mind. The big thing with infatuation is that you cannot stop thinking about that certain person. They are always on your mind. Thoughts of them can be extremely intrusive and almost like a drug or an addiction. You just need a fix. You need to see them. You need to talk to them. You need some sort of interaction to feel better and get that emotional high they give you. It's crazy, but when you're infatuated by someone, they are somehow just always on your mind. Sign number 2, you feel sad or depressed when you cannot see them or interact with them. You feel absolutely miserable when you cannot see or speak to the object of your infatuation. You know it is bad when your moods and emotional well-being are negatively impacted by not seeing them or by not talking to them. This is such an unhealthy place to find yourself. If your infatuation is causing you emotional distress, it is time to pull away and let it go if your crush has no interest in you or is unavailable. Pining after someone you cannot have is a miserable state to be in and no way to treat yourself. You deserve better. Sign number 3, you feel jealous and possessive of them. Chances are you are not in a romantic relationship with the one you are infatuated with, but you wish you were or hope to be. Until that time, in your mind, they are yours, and you get to be very jealous at the thought or sight of them with someone you view as a romantic rival. You feel almost an ownership of the object of your infatuation. You become hurt, sad, and even infuriated by the mere thought of them giving another man or a woman attention. Sign number 4, you think they are perfect. You see the object of your infatuation as perfect. You do not see their flaws. You do not really see them. No one is perfect, but when it comes to your infatuation, you are only seeing what you want to see. They can do no wrong. You see the gorgeous guy or girl who is super sweet, but that's it. Your assessment of their character stopped there. There is more to them than their looks and the fantasy life you created in your mind. You just have to be willing to look and open your eyes to reality. Sign number 5, you would do anything for them. There is practically nothing they could ask you to do that you would say no to. You just want to please them. You just want to make them happy, and you want them to feel the same way about you that you do about them. Unfortunately, this tactic almost never works. Being at someone's beck and call shows a lack of self-worth and self-respect. If you cannot love and respect yourself, how can you expect others to love and respect you? Besides, would a truly great person use you and have you at their beck and call? Sign number 6, you cannot bear the thought of not having them. Your infatuation is obsessive. If they have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, you may try to ruin it. You may even stalk them on social media or in person. All I can say is do not do it. It is not worth it. He or she is not worth it. The behavior is not healthy. And if they require all of this effort, they do not deserve you. If you have made your feelings known and they did not reciprocate, you have to let it go and move on. But you can take comfort in knowing that you tried, but also knowing that you cannot force a relationship. Do not worry because, there are plenty of fishes in the sea and, all that. Infatuation usually fades, but can just as easily turn into an unhealthy obsession. Believe me, if you are doing any of the 6 signs above, you are not in love. This is a phase, a passing fancy, an infatuation, and it will pass. And once it does, you will likely look back and laugh and maybe even ask yourself, what the hell were you thinking? Focusing so much time and energy on that person. So now I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on being infatuated? What's your experience with these situations, either being the object of infatuation or being infatuated with someone? So leave me a comment, give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe.